What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope y'all are feeling fantastic today. We got more Rush.
I know. It's about time, right?
Rush.
Gosh, you guys.
Huge shout out to our patron, Paul, ABR Chief. Thank you so much for suggesting this.
Thank you.
And there's some interesting tidbits.
I know. Paul left a note, and I have to read this on camera as a little setup, guys. Okay, here we go. Paul says, let's go with some more Rush for this month's Patreon request. In 1974, Rush's debut album struggled in their home country of Canada. At a local radio station in Cleveland, Ohio, one day played Working Man. Rush found instant success in the United States and then followed up with albums Fly By Night and Caress of Steel. Both albums flopped commercially. Their record label told them, we need radio hits or you're finished. Rush decided if we're going out the way we want to. What they came up with was 2112, what we're listening to today. Their record label hated it, the critics hated it, however, fans loved it. From that point on, Rush was given complete freedom to do anything they wanted. This is Rush 2112 from their R30 tour.
R30.
Great notes, Paul. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's interesting that they were like, all right, we're going to go out
with a splash.
What we want to write and go out.
And you know, this song was probably the most highly requested. I mean, you guys did a great job of giving us different playlist ideas of Rush songs, but this one over and over and over again. So hopefully you guys like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what we got, guys. And also, if you guys wouldn't mind, double check that you're subscribed to the channel. Hit all that stuff. It's free. It really means a lot to us. And like 80% of the people that watch this channel aren't subscribed. So just double check and see if you are.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. Rush.
Boy, what a buildup.
And also thanks to everybody for chiming in and letting us know that they're playing Taurus pedals with their feet. Geddy Lee and Alec, they're playing the Taurus pedals. Thank you for that.
Yes, that was very helpful. The comments were filled with helpful things.
So helpful. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And my old bass player used to play with Taurus pedals as well. So I'm very familiar with that. It was crazy to see him stepping on all these giant organ pedals. But thank you guys for that. What does 2112 mean?
Maybe futuristic? Come on, Neil. Ooh, man, look at that crowd.
Wait, who's a... Oh. It's like people ran on stage?
Oh, it's part of the act. Was it, or did they just run up?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Look at the bird on his shoulder.
What?
Watch. Look at the bird. Man, that kit.
Is this a song you know?
I need to hear more. Ooh.
Hey.
Woo! Wow, that venue's packed.
Oh, that's fun. I can see why a label wouldn't want this.
But why? Because it's all instrumental so far, or what
Because
about
it's all
it?
over the
It
place.
is all over the place. Well, progressive, but so that's why. Like at the time, they wouldn't.
Well, because
have
if
been
a
able.
record label is asking for hits, this is not a hit.
Oh, yeah.
Like this is something you got to pay attention to.
I'm so glad that the crowd reacted the way that they
Yeah,
did. You know,
agreed,
yeah,
agreed.
that's awesome.
They got the laundry. All right, guys. Why is there laundry machines on stage? Wait, isn't Dirty Laundry, isn't that like a song or something?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea, but that would be interesting. if so.
Yeah, like for some reason that feels like it's a song name, but I don't even know. Like, why are there laundry machines on
I don't know.
stage?
I don't know. And you asked, this is not familiar to me. I
No.
mean, the song name, guys, I've seen around for years, but it's not familiar to me the way that others are.
I have no idea, but
Yeah.
it's badass.
Fun. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they were pirates. pirates, now there's aliens.
Look at, they're stoked.
It's a pirate alien ship.
Man! Look at the heads.
That's awesome.
Wow. Go, Neil. Man, that house is packed. See all his pedals?
Yeah. Back to the start. Oh.
That was abrupt.
Because they were going into the next song.
Jeez, that was super abrupt in a not fun way. I was all into it, then stop. Wow.
Man, they got down. They got down.
I thought that the context of Paul's note was super helpful going into this.
For sure.
You know, to hear, and to your point on like why I had to ask, like, why wasn't it label friendly? And it speaks to the bigger introduction of progressive metal into mainstream, right? Like, and how it was so foreign to labels back then. It's just kind of fun because this was a moment in time where that genre was it's monumental in the sense, you know, it's pushed out to the world. And so much respect, you know, like these are some of the OG progressive metal gods, right? Like, whew.
That's for sure.
I'm looking for, this was great. This was wonderful. It was not familiar to me. I selfishly am looking forward to some of the ones that I know of Rush that I am familiar with, just because I can sing along and stuff. But at the same time, it's also fun hearing these ones that we don't know, just to get caught up and absorb everything.
Yeah.
What was your thinking on it?
I wonder if you are going to, I wonder if the ones that you know as a kid growing up or whatever are going to be as progressive and just out there.
I know.
You know, like I'm curious. I'm curious as to what that is. I thought it was great. It was jamming, you know, like I would expect. And it was all over the place with different timings and stuff like that. One thing I will say now, like sitting here and focusing, I'm not really a fan of Geddy Lee's vocals.
Okay.
Those vocals are not something, they're high pitched, you know? This is something that is reoccurring with me with like the high pitched voices. I just have a hard time with those in general. And, you know, it's okay. It's not something that I'm not going to listen to because of that.
Yeah.
But I would definitely prefer the more instrumental type of stuff than with Geddy singing.
Interesting, because that's part of
that's what I like.
That's part of the signature Rush sound, right? Is his voice, and that. Although
I guess it depends on what you like.
I guess,
and what you listen to.
I will say this song, he sounded higher, and I don't know if it's as he's aged a little bit. He sounds a bit different vocally than when, you know, back in the day, the original stuff.
It's also a song you're not familiar with,
and
so that might have been what it should be.
Yeah, great point.
Know?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just not the biggest fan of those vocals. I mean, it's okay, but the musicianship is where I love it. Like, there's a lot of music that I listen to day to day that I block out the vocals because I like the music, you know? So that's one of these. And, you know, this was great in general, you know? So thank you very much, Paul. Really appreciate this. And God, the Neil on them drums, man.
I know. In
Mr.
fact,
Peart.
It reminds me, just the other day, guys, we were watching this Drumeo on Danny Carey, right? And he was mentioning about how his good friend Neil, you know, and you can
Rick Beato, that's what that was.
Sorry, Rick Beato.
Yes.
And Danny Carey, you know, he's got that same elaborate setup on his drum kit too, and I just love the idea of those two just like shooting the shit, like two drum gods up there, you know.
I know. Rest in peace, Neil.
I know. Man. Rest in peace, Neil. I just love the thought of Danny having him as a mentor in his life and being able to be lucky enough to have that, like, amazing.
That's definitely amazing.
You know?
I can't even imagine like having a drummer of that caliber be your mentor and your friend. You know what I mean? Like what? That's crazy.
But I think if I remember right, Danny was mentioning that some of those influences from the kit were from Neil. Right? Yeah. Like especially, what was that like little like Congo
the electronic,
sound?
You're thinking of tabla. But no,
I like that.
The electronic pad that Danny Carey has is what you're talking about. That he took like from Neil. Yeah. Because you can have different sounds programmed into those electronic pads, and then you can make melodies. Whereas you can't really make melodies on drums per se. I mean, toms are tuned to notes, sure, but when you have the ability to program these pads with like actual notes, like keys or something like that, you can get way more involved. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, and yes, to your point on that, what Danny was saying, and it's probably the same for Neil on the pads bit, is that every song you could just pull it up and it has a whole new range of sounds.
Yeah.
And a whole new, and I just think that that's technically neat because you were seeing the introduction of that, right? Like Neil did not roll out with that pad thing at the beginning. That didn't exist yet, right?
Yeah, I don't know when these things started. You're talking about something that I have no knowledge of.
I think our friends will tell us.
When the first electronic pads came out, I couldn't tell you when that was.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would have had to have been there for Neil to pick up, you know, or was it invented while he was still playing?
That's kind of where
I don't know.
I was getting at was with the introduction of modern rock, or excuse me, progressive rock more into the mainstream with this Rush album, was Neil part of the pathfinders that introduced some of this new technology, like that, you know, that pad drum thing? Did he on his own, you know, figure that out and start playing with it before it even existed? I don't know. This is where we need your help, guys.
Yeah, you guys let us know.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
This was dope. And if you liked it, please make sure to hit all these buttons over here. It really helps us out a lot. And it's
subscribe.
free to do. So, thank you guys very much for being here. And let us know what the next Rush song we got to do is. And until then, we'll see you guys soon, my friends.
Peace.